Melotti, el sazón que le da sabor a tu vida. Y aprobado por las abuelitas. Sazón Lotti, práctico y sabroso.
Ours was our first test in 2014, so coming out of a 3.5 week of a training camp, I think the guys showed a lot of quality. They showed a lot of effort, and they got rewarded with a win. And so obviously, then you're pleased with all that work, then being also implemented in a game. I think overall, South Korea was always dangerous, especially with set pieces. Corner kicks or free kicks, that was always kind of feeling that something is up in the air, but we handled it well, we cleared it all, and then I think, our players moving forward, and made a difference, and seeing Wondo starting the year 2014 with 2 goals is it's awesome. It's awesome for him.
If you have a question, if you could raise your hand, please. We'll go to John McIntyre.
Jurgen, on Wondo, what have you learned, if anything, about him over this camp and today that maybe you didn't know before?
Well, you learn always something new when you work with people and with players. I think Wondo is a wonderful example of if you are committed, if you are hungry, if you give everything you have over a longer period of time. Sooner or later you get rewarded for it, and the 2.5 years now we're working together, and in every training session, in every day he came in, he gave everything he has, and that's then just really nice to see that a player like him is just waiting and for his chances, but also hungry for his chances. He's a pure finisher, and he smells where the ball will fall in or drop in a box, and he just is right there and puts it in, and he follows his first thought and just gets it done, and that's really a reward for his commitment, for his attitude, for his character. It's cool.
Brian.
Hi, Jurgen. Following up on that, I know the striker position is close to your heart. It seems like these guys are making it difficult for you. Josie is trying to find his way in England. Wondo comes up and scores a couple. Can you sort of talk about if there's an open spot up for grabs and sort of where you see these guys taking shape over the next couple months? Because right now it kind of seems up in the air.
Yeah, I mean, to be clear there, I think Josie once, he's keeping his playing rhythm, and the quality he has, is our number 1 center forward that we have, and Clint is the player behind him. We often talk about the spine of our team, which starts with Timmy and then goes to midfield with Jermaine Jones and Michael Bradley, and then Clint and Josie. I think this is something to build around, and a lot of players, that come around these guys, prove more and more their qualities, and they push for their starting spot, and others push for getting into their roster. Then at the end of the day, I think Wondo is a wonderful example of, if you're persistent, if you are committed, if you are hungry, and you show that every time, that a coach always sees those things. A coach appreciates those things. I tell players often that when they are not playing in their club teams, for whatever reason, to stop complaining about it, and just show your coach every day that you are the hungriest on the training field, that you're the most committed one, that you're the earliest guy coming in and you're the last that leaves, and now tell me one coach in the world that would ignore that at the end of the day and not playing him. So when our players not making certain teams, not making starting lineups, there's something that they're not doing. For us, it's great to have now competition, and we get another game in the Ukraine. All our European-based players, are available for it, and we're working on another game in April here in the US, and So we get a few more opportunities, and other than that, we just now want to watch them, in their club teams, and we want to continue to watch Wando scoring for the Earthquakes.
We'll do Kevin and then Jeff.
Jurgen, yesterday I think you talked a little bit about some concerns on the back line, defensive line, and I think some of the players back there today, Omar particularly, looked a little tentative today. I'm wondering, are you concerned that it doesn't seem to be getting better? I know you lectured these guys on this a lot.
What we wanted to see today from our back line was to continue playing out of the back, even if they're pressurized, kind of not then, panicking and sending long balls, and that's what they did. They really did that, and here and there, yes, there's maybe a long ball in between, but overall, we want them just to become calm, to settle in the game, and get balanced. And for the fact that it was their first season game, I think they look pretty good, and obviously if you look at the Korean number 9, the number 11 is very mobile, and number 9 is tremendously strong in the air. They give you a lot of work. And Omar and Matt, and even later on then Clarence had dealt with it okay and kept a clean sheet. So, but obviously you've trained now 3.5 weeks, and that's their first test now. They will get smoother and smoother. There's fine-tuned things, with every game they get into their legs now.